So today wrapped up week 3 of the Manhattan District's election interference bank fraud hush money case. And it wasn't a very good week for Donald Trump. Now, what all happened this week? Well, even though it was a short week, there was a lot of testimony, and a lot of damning testimony came out, in my opinion. You had this Farrow, the personal banker for Michael Cohen, come up, and he was talking about how Michael Cohen didn't say it was for political purposes. How they wouldn't have worked with him if they had known, at least not in that capacity. How he marked he didn't check the box saying it was a political account, and how he sent the wire transfer and he reported it as a retainer to retain the attorney for Stormy Daniels, when in fact it was this hush money payment. So that didn't look good. And then there were this Davidson, the attorney for Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels, was on the stand. And yeah, he was a slimeball, but he talked about how he had brokered the deal and how he got a cut himself and how, how it all came about and how he worked directly with Cohen. And it was coming out that as part of this deal, they signed this NDA under pseudonyms. They didn't even use their real names, which is, as I did in the video on it, is still legal. It's the act of signing the contract that is binding, not what name you put down. But they used fake names for it in another way of hiding it. Then there was this FBI intelligence guy whose name I can't think of right now. But he took the stand and he was talking about all the data they got from Michael Cohen's phone after they got the search warrant. And he was talking about how Michael Cohen had Signal, this encryption text message app on his phone. Well, that looks shady as hell. Why would you need an encryption app on your phone to keep all, so no one can see your text messages or whatever? Like, that seems like a level of paranoia. Then there was a recorded phone call in which Donald Trump and Michael Cohen talked about the payment to Stormy Daniels. And in that recording, Donald Trump never once tells Michael Cohen, don't do that. Why would you do that on my behalf? I didn't want that done. From what I read on the audio clip, Donald Trump seemed very enthused by it. So that was, huge. And they talked about how after that recording, Michael Cohen tried to factory reset his phone, and then the information got restored, and how it seemed like they were trying to cover something up there, but and that all looked bad. Then you get to Hope Hicks, and Hope Hicks gets on the stand, and she was the personal assistant to Donald Trump. And now her testimony wrapped up today along with cross-examination, so I don't know who's going to be coming up next week. But, she's talking about how they responded to the stories and when they knew what, she says she didn't know about the payment to Stormy Daniels till the news broke in the Wall Street Journal. But one of the things, and I thought one of the most damning things she said, was that everything in 2016 that they were doing was for the campaign. While Donald Trump may have also had a personal stake in the matter, about keeping Melania from learning about the affair or whatever, the focus was also on the campaign. Like, that was priority one. So overall, not a good week for Donald Trump. Donald Trump did pay the gag order money, the $9,000 he was fined. We are still waiting on the second ruling on the other violation. But overall, not a good week for Donald Trump.